You got me all.
Whatever. Opening meeting compliance statement read.
I, the undersigned clerk of the Board of Education of the Alva Independent School District, number 1 of Woods County, Oklahoma, certify that prior to December 15th of the last calendar year, the date, time, and place of this regular meeting was filed in the office of the county clerk of Woods County, Oklahoma. I also certify that at least 24 hours prior to this meeting, excluding Saturdays, Sundays, and holidays, notice of the date, time, place, and agenda of this meeting was posted in prominent public view in the office of the superintendent.
Thank you. Item 3 is consent agenda. All of the following items which concern reports and items of a routine nature normally approved by one board vote unless any board member desires to have a separate vote on any or all of those items. The consent agenda consists of discussion, consideration, and approval of the following. 3.1, additional items in new business of the agenda. 3.2, minutes. 3.3, approval of finance report. 3.4, approval of purchase order encumbrances. 3.5, approval of extra duty assignments. 3.6, approval of activity fund. 3.7, approval of activity fund fundraisers. 3.8, approval of activity fund inter-account transfers. 3.9, approval of child nutrition report. 3.10, approval of board policy and procedures. 3.11, declare the following items as surplus. So we'll jump back to 3.1, additional items of new business to the agenda. No new business. So 3.2 is minutes of the May 4th, 2026 meeting.
Do it all at once.
I think the minutes are fine too.
Yeah.
Okay. 3.3 is approval of the finance report.
In general fund, we currently have $252,203 more encumbered than we did this time last year, but have paid out $280,056 less. The portables we talked about, put to the general fund, that excess carryover we have is doing better than the building. So, in May, we revenued $673,263. For the year, we've revenued $10,937,701. That's not including the carryover amount of $6.8 million. We've revenued about $1,300,000 less this year than at this point last year, not including our carryovers. That is due to, not necessarily because we've had more expenditure, that's due to the teacher pay raise we got, one lump sum, a couple years ago, and also the security grant. That was another large deposit that was a one-time thing. Overall, including the 2 years carryovers, we've revenued around $500,000 less than this point last year. So that's just tax revenue from all the places. The building fund currently have $163,306 less encumbered than this time last year. And we paid out $570,399 less. A very large portion of that is of the difference is the purchase of the buses we made in the fall of 24. In May, we revenued $361,988. So for the year, we've revenued $900,539, not including our carryover amount of $3.5 million. We have revenued about $136,000 more this year than last year at the same point. A lot of that revenue, the excess revenue, is insurance payments that we got and we haven't paid out yet. So, $346,000 of that insurance was the fire insurance from last fall. Investments, general fund, there is $6.5 million invested, averaging 3.76%. In the building fund, there's $3.7 million, averaging 3.8%. Child nutrition is $159,000, averaging 3.85%. Sinking fund, $11,000 invested, 3.8%, and the gift fund, $375,000, averaging 3.85%. So, all total invested, we've got $10,748,000 invested, averaging 3.8%.
questions before I move on to 3.4? Hearing none. 3.4, approval of purchase order encumbrances for the following year funds for fiscal year 26.
Start the general fund, just go through the handful here. PO 519 was to Follett Library of Resources. It's $7,265. That's for library management software. It does checking books in and out and inventories and that type of thing. PO 527 to Midwest Music for $5,000. This is out of some of our federal program money for new banding instruments and repairs. PO 528 to Jennifer Myers for $2,500 for psychometric evaluations. PO 529 was to Strawbridge for $1,380 for graduation pictures. PO 533 was to the Institute for Multisensory Education for $1,500. That is for, it's part of the Strong Readers Act. It's a required professional development component of the SRA for the science of reading. PO 534 is to Mobile Modular, $446,040. That's for the purchase of the portables we approved last month. That's for the installation of the portables. We'll still have to get all the other stuff. But that gets them here, gets them blocked in, and all the things. So. And then PO 535 is to Next Tech Consulting for $30,000 for the installation of a security camera system at the middle school. That's expenditures with the security grant money from the legislature gave us a couple years ago. In the building fund, we combined four POs, 173, 74, 75, and 180. There's four supplies. It's the four different vendors. Supplies for summer maintenance, all the waxing and a little bit of paint. There'll probably be some more throughout the summer, but that got us kicked off. PO 176 to Industrial Materials Corporation, $1,638 for door repairs at the middle school. PO 181 to Rose Plumbing for $1,223. That is for drinking fountain installation and fixture repairs at the middle school. Plumbing work there. And the PO 182 was to CCR Restoration, $345,441 for the emergency fire repairs. That was a insurance deposit we had a couple months ago and paid it back out to CCR.
Was that the total amount?
That was the initial, there's probably more than that when it's all done. They've still got to put the air conditioner unit on it and all that stuff. That's supposed to be after December, so that was the first mitigation. And in the child nutrition account, 22, PO 27 to Rose Plumbing was $1,300 for garbage disposal repairs at the middle school kitchen. That was a big one. That was the encumbrances I want to share.
What's the cost of the new garbage disposal?
A lot,
It was
a lot.
Like 5,000?
Yes, thousands of dollars.
That's
This
what I
is,
was thinking.
yeah, this is truly just for two little pieces. One of them is honestly just the flap that holds everything
Yeah,
kind of down in there. If you don't have that flap, I found out, Allison found out, oh, she's not here. Whew. Yeah, so it was, and then the switch on it. They're very expensive.
It was $5,000 or $6,000.
Any questions in reference to that 3.4? Hearing none, I'll move on to 3.5, approval of extra duty assignment schedule.
One thing we have on this month is it's mainly summer coaching stipends. Need to approve those. Morgan Cook, high school assistant baseball. All these coaches are helping with it's not Summer Pride.
Alva Strong.
Alva Strong. Summer camps things. Morgan Cook, assistant baseball. Ross Dunn, boys basketball. Jacob Gould, soccer. Jacob's taking him to a camp or two. So he's got some summer activities with soccer. So. Mia Graves, middle school basketball. Margot Hamilton, head middle school basketball. Ty Hooper, football. John Johnson is football and basketball both. Trey Johnson, basketball. Jeremy Jones, basketball. Megan Kirtley, middle school cheer. Marcus Mead, football. Megan Stratton, softball. She's going to a couple camps with the girls as well. Jesse Thomas, cheer. Derek Thomas, baseball and football. Mary Tyree in track, and Ryan Wilson with head football. And then we also need to approve Regina Weaver as she was our accompanist with the choir this year. So that's the extra duty things we need to approve.
Or will we be hiring another assistant girls basketball coach since we're losing one, or just one year's one we have?
The plans right now use one we have.
Any other questions? 3.6, approval of the activity fund report.
Not a lot of activity going on in the activity fund that time of year. This is the time we kind of catch our breath here up again. Just a handful of things. Athletics deposited $3,470. I point that out because that's our reimbursement for basketball playoffs from the OSSA. When we collect all the ticket money, we send to them, and they send us a check back. So that's our reimbursement for that. Baseball deposit $6,177. That's for all their summer baseball leagues and that kind of thing. Cheerleaders finished their fundraiser at $3,115. Science Club / TSA deposited $3,968. That is donations and fundraiser to earn money to go to Washington, D.C. to nationals. And FFA deposited $18,150 in the tractor account for the sale of the tractor that they had restored. That's the big things on that activity account.
Did the family buy the tractor back that donated the original tractor?
I couldn't tell
You
you,
don't know?
to be honest.
I don't think so.
You don't
You don't think so?
I haven't seen
It
the
stayed
two
local,
guys.
but it wasn't that big.
Any other questions on 3.6? 3.7, approval of activity fund fundraisers.
Just have one, softball. It is a hosting individual skills camps. Softball, they can't have practice and things, but we can host a camp. So individual skills camps for players in grades 7 through 12 next fall. There's 2 sessions. They're charging $5 per session. They estimate to make probably around $300, and then all that will be turned back to the program for bats and equipment and things like that for next season. So it's the only fundraiser I've got.
3.8, approval of activity fund inter-account transfers.
Don't have any.
3.9, approval of the child nutrition report.
In May, we served 2,476 breakfasts and 4,595 lunches. That's maybe just a tick over half what we normally do, but we're only in school for half the month. So we revenued $44,418 in May in total. We have expended $466,142 and revenued $408,183 so far for the year. I know they're still collecting some money for the end of the year things. We also spent some extra money to bring down our child nutrition carryover with the federal money. So,
3.10, approval of board policy procedures.
I don't have any policies.
3.11, declare the following items as surplus.
Don't have any surplus.
Okay. So, I will now go back to the beginning of 3.1. Accept the motion to accept 3.1 to 3.11, if you are so desires.
So moved.
Second. We'll just have to take turns here.
I know.
Martin.
You guys pay attention.
Yes.
Kane,
Yes.
McDermott.
All righty, administration report, principals report.
Okay, for Washington, like everybody else, we're kind of wrapping up the year, kind of tying up the loose ends, doing a lot of reports right now. I just wanted to give a shout out to students and staff at Washington because we had a great year and we had a super fun last week of school. And shout out to the fire department because for the last, I don't know, 15, 20 years, I don't know, it's been a long time, they do Water World at Washington. I put a little tiny video of a student like running into the water being sprayed at Water World by the firefighters.
Well, we need to see that.
Yeah,
It's something fun today.
Yeah, it's like the most fun day ever.
Well, heck yeah.
And they spray the water for probably like 30 plus minutes, and those kids are soaked. And the whole afternoon is for kindergartners and first graders, and the teachers organize different water stations for them to play in, and then that's the grand finale at the end. So it was a great last week of school, but we're getting into summer obviously now. Today was our first day of the Summer Reading Academy. So we have some of our struggling readers that we want to offer extra supports to. We give that option to parents to sign up for summer school, and that started today. I have 2 teachers teaching this year with 2 classes. Also, next week we have the Oklahoma Autism Center internship. So I have a handful of teachers that will be attending that, and that is at Longfellow. Miss Potter organized, and she's hosting it really and inviting other schools and such. So it's a really wonderful opportunity for all of our schools, but you know, we will always take any professional development on how to better support those students. So pre-K screening. We have set those dates for July 7th, 8th, and 9th. As we get closer, we will put something out on Facebook and in the newspaper so that parents can sign up for a time slot. And if they don't sign up, we will reach out to them and make sure that we get them signed up. So,
Thank you.
yes, thank you.
Okay, Longfellow. I'll give the report for Longfellow. Let's see, they went on some field trips. Second grade students enjoyed a trip to Exploration Place in Wichita. The students explored many hands-on exhibits featuring aviation, farming, weather, and how the human body works. She put in there, it may or may not have included a fart chair, which I see in the top left corner. So, they also enjoyed the new outdoor play area, which included a zip line, a waterfall station, where students could move barriers to create dams, outdoor musical instruments, and many other activities. The third grade students went to the Sedgwick County Zoo. Some of their favorite activities included seeing the bears, penguins, the reptile house, and getting to pet a stingray. The students experienced a cooler day with a few sprinkles of rain, but overall had a wonderful time. She also spoke about the summer autism training, June 8th through the 11th, at Northwest Technology Center and Longfellow School. Hold on, I'm skipping over that. 13 Alva teachers, along with district administrators, will participate in this training. O'Keene is also represented by 12 teachers and an administrator. She said they will be divided into 3 instructional groups and will work directly with students throughout the training. Each class will include 6 to 8 students, consisting of both students with special needs and their typical developing peers. So this is a great hands-on activity, a great model for our teachers to see, and they'll get to practice some evidence-based strategies. Big thank you to Hattie Potter, who has worked diligently to bring this training back to our staff and surrounding schools. She also discussed the summer reading program during the month of June, Monday through Thursday, 8:45 to 11:45, to help students strengthen their reading skills. They have 6 students who are enrolled in the program. They're focusing on improving reading fluency and comprehension through engaging, targeted instruction and activities. You know, she just kind of talked about kids have so many camps, so many things that they're going to throughout the summer, and there's a lot of scheduling conflicts, so they're thinking about moving it to the afternoon in future years. But, you know, the way that it worked with the schedule this year, they weren't able to make that change. Mrs. Cornelia is serving as the lead teacher for the program. Ms. Self-Hill will provide support and assistance. during Ms. Cornelia's absence while she attends the summer autism training. And then she talked about Healthy Schools Oklahoma. Longfellow is happy and excited to announce that they've been selected to partner with Healthy Schools Oklahoma, program led by Bethany Children's Health Center, and they will receive free professional development opportunities, health-focused lesson plans, and physical education equipment to support students' wellness and healthy lifestyles. The achievement is a result of dedication and persistence of Mrs. Whitted, who has invested significant time and effort over the past couple of years applying for this opportunity. The selection process involved multiple steps, including an interview phase in which Ms. Whitted and Ms. Tucker participated in a Zoom meeting as part of the selection committee. And as part of this partnership, Mrs. Whitted, Ms. Stroop, and Mrs. Tucker will attend the HSOK Summer Health Institute in July, where they will receive training and resources to help implement health and wellness initiatives at Longfellow. So, she posted the dates of the summer reading program, the autism training, and then the Summer Health Institute in July.
All right, for Lincoln, we ended the school year with fifth grade promotion party. It's such a big deal, and
Big
the
crowd.
parents showed up.
Wow.
Huge. It was a yes. I mean, there were so many parents that helped bring that together for the kids, and they had a blast. The weather was perfect for it. So I want to say thank you to the parents that helped to organize this, because it is the parents that do this. The school really has nothing but hosting it, and it was a great day for the kids. And of course, we also ended with the fire truck in the field, so that was a great time. Our teachers have packed up their belongings, so we have lots of boxes in the building ready to be moved when our buildings arrive and are set up and ready for that to happen. Oh, there it is. Sorry, I left my beautiful little trophy over here.
Well, dang. Very
I just had to show this off. Mrs. Eckhart had nominated Lincoln for the POE Oklahoma Educator School Character Award, and they came. I kind of talked about this a couple of times, and interviewed us, and came around the school, did a video, put it together, and lo and behold, we won that prestigious award. And so Sarah Eckhart and Emma White went to the banquet and accepted this award for Lincoln. So it was a really, really big honor. So very proud of our school for that, and beautiful trophy. June is filled with reports, class lists, and schedules, so lots of planning for next school year. One thing I forgot to put on here, but I was, Dream First Bank came to me about a month ago and asked about a school banking program they would like to bring to Lincoln. And it is a truly, the kids can set up a savings account through that bank. They come, they help. Our students are workers, so each class could pick a couple of students to help take the money, set up the account, and again, their bank employees are there with us every step of the way. It's just a really great opportunity to teach kids some math skills and people skills, and so they asked us if we would be willing to do that. I thought, what a great opportunity for our kids. So, yeah, that'll be a really neat thing for us to do. I'm excited about that. But that's Lincoln.
Okay, on to the middle school. We had our 8th grade skip day. Started out at the movies and then moved to the park where they had inflatables, and they were playing volleyball. They did all kinds of fun things. Special shout out to the 8th grade sponsors. They always do a fabulous job of organizing this. We also take donations from the parents. They bring us snacks. They provided hot dogs. They went above and beyond, always making sure that our kids have everything they need. So a special thank you to the parents as well. We had our AMS talent show on May 14th. First place was Kylie Winslow, and I didn't have any pictures of that, sorry. I just didn't. She got up and presented and I'm not going to say it right, it was some kind of speech. I didn't take speech classes. But she did a really great job. It was very informative, and it was kind of about kids and their obsession with cell phones and electronics and how they're always tuned into that. So it was very good. She did win first place. Second place was Joplin Brott, who did a phenomenal job. She sang a Beatles song and played the piano to it. I'm telling you, Alva definitely has some talent. And then Chaos Davis got up and he sang for us, and it was great. So those were the great things that we had on that last day of school. We also have, I just threw in a couple pictures from promotion practice. Avery Goss was our speaker. She did a great job. She just epitomizes of, the students that we are looking for in the Alva schools. So we were so excited that she came and presented that for us. I will announce that AMS and AHS schedules are about 98% complete for next year. I've been working on that, and
Appreciate you
Stop
helping out on all ends.
yes, no problem. Oh, I also will say, I didn't include the pictures because they weren't quite as flattering as I would have hoped for. But we had some students in Mrs. Blankenship's class who wrote proposals for fundraisers, and some of them wanted to act out these fundraisers. So this included Pies in the Face, which I could have included that picture, that wasn't that bad. But I also spent some time in the dunk tank. So, I know that you were worried about that last year. It didn't come to fruition, but I am telling you, we had a parent who said, I'll have it there at this time, and the fire department graciously came and filled it up for it. So, it was very cold water, but it was great, and the kids really enjoyed it. So, that's right. They sure did. They did.
Thank you.
And let's see, you jumped in on that too, didn't you?
I did. They got bored pretty quick, so I volunteered.
I'm like, I can only be dumped so many
Isn't
times.
it great?
He just happened to be there, so.
Oh, well. Nice for spouses to share.
The
Didn't
kids
you
love
sign
it.
on for that, did you?
I did not think of that.
No, the spouses.
With the wedding vow.
They did.
Yeah.
So that
He
is-
might have worn the wrong shoes.
Yeah,
so he
oh,
didn't come prepared,
no.
but
No.
It's
I
okay.
wore the same
It's just
clothes
water.
on.
It's just water, I know.
Thank you.
So athletics, today our Alva Strong program began. So we turned the page to the 2026-2027 athletic calendar. It was an amazing turnout. I was able to walk through the building this morning. I tried to show up for every age group we got, with high school girls, high school boys, middle school, and then our elementary age kids. I didn't get the hard numbers from today, this morning, but just based off my observation from beginning to end, I think it was the best turnout we've had since 2018 for the first day. And not to mention the amount of coaches that were there. It was pretty remarkable. I mean, that building, it was crawling with people for 4 hours today. Let's see, very encouraging to see that. Our baseball youth camp started today. I typed that softball started today. It actually starts tomorrow. So baseball will go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, softball Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then of course we still got our football and boys and girls basketball and all those camps. And looking at the calendar, the month of June, it looks an awful lot like the month of April on my end with all the activities that all of our sports are going to. So we will be very hooked up this month. High school, middle school, they're all going to all sorts of different camps, and it's just encouraging and exciting to see. So that's what I got for you right now.
Thank you. I'd also like to thank the principals that were available for open house and board members. It's a little competitive, so I'd like to see a higher number, but I do appreciate your time. It was Memorial Weekend and lots of things going on, but I do appreciate that. Thank you. Superintendent's report.
Just a couple things on facilities. Portable buildings should be here. I don't have a hard date. They said the first week of July. Well, either the 1st or the 6th. That first week, portables should be here.
First week of
July.
Thank you.
They'll be coming. So let's go up here and look at the lot where we're wanting to put them, just to make sure everything's level enough, or if we need to move things around, you know. Do a visual inspection there first. Once the portables are here, or once I have a hard date, then I've got to get OG&E scheduled to get electricity in there. Once they're here, we'll get all the internet cabling and hardware switches and access points, things installed in the classrooms. We need to pour sidewalks down on 9th Street and Choctaw Street, and possibly around the front edge of the portables. Need to install a fence around the playground. Build the boardwalks between the buildings. There's some classrooms inside the middle school I need to paint, do a little work on, or move some special ed things into them, and then get Lincoln moved over. So the next 2 months will be pretty busy. Push Lincoln.
All the furniture from Lincoln can all go to the board.
Yes. I don't know if all of it will fit.
Well, I mean.
What we need.
Yes.
What's needed, yes, we'll bring furniture over. Security grant money, that was the money that was approved 3 years ago. Clock's run down on that. We've got to have it spent by June 30th. So a while ago, we're installing a new camera system at the middle school. Our camera system is failing. Sometimes all the cameras come on, sometimes half of them do. Sometimes it records, sometimes it doesn't, and it's super old. You can't get parts, electronic parts for it anymore. So want to upgrade the middle school camera system to match what we put in the high school last year. So a little more central control on that, where an administrator can log in and see multiple buildings. Also looking to upgrade possibly the door fob, the key fobs, door access on the middle school and high school for sure, and then expand that system on into the elementaries when those decisions are made. This system is, I haven't figured out, this system I think is 21 years old that we currently have. Had a lot of problems. You can't, the last control panel we ordered, I had to order off Amazon. It was a knockoff brand. You can't get them. Even the new old stock is out of stock at this point. So, door access. Anyway, so this old system also used hardware from the system before that one. That's why there's some of the magnet locks with the top of the doors and things like that. So, anyway, just doing a lot of upgrades that way with that security money to let us maybe able to use some of that on yard lighting at the middle school. We get the portables here. Maybe we'll use some of it on the fencing to see how far that money stretches. I've talked to a couple people about painting the hallways. It's really hard to find a painter when it's a project that big. But the same CCR is going to price it as well. They're the ones that did the painting in the old gym. So he's got to come do some reference work and request. So while you're here, did you want to price it? He's like, yeah. So they're going to come price that. They did a really good job down there. So I'll get two or three quotes. And anyway, the goal is to get the hallways at the high school painted. I'll just kind of start that process over the next couple of years. We'll be painting all the hallways in the district. We're going to paint a couple classrooms here, and a couple classrooms in the middle school, and see where the summer leads the other buildings. So, and then architects are finishing the scopes of work on the roofs around the district to finish up that insurance claim from 4 years ago. I think 4 years ago. Once they finish these scopes, they'll put it out to bid, by the sealed bid campaign. We'll receive the bids and we'll open it as a board and select who's going to do the work on the roof. So, anyway, that's facilities.
Any questions or issues to President Report, Superintendent Report?
Hearing none, we'll move to 4.3, resignations, retirements, reassignments.
Can I ask one?
Oh, I'm sorry, yes ma'am, yes ma'am.
Just to clarify, when we go to this meeting tomorrow night, do we have the upgrades to Washington schedule for the exterior?
They're at, she sent the engineering plans to Kyler Construction. They're doing the budget on it.
Did we have, I thought we had a price for the
We had a budget price, they're doing a drill in price.
But I thought they came back.
Yeah, they came back and said it's gonna be,
It was like 230.
Like pretty close to what our donation was.
yeah, the signage and the sidewalks, all that stuff is around 230, and then the brick restoration was gonna be another 60.
Is it possible to say that that will be on the agenda this summer?
That's what I'm pushing extremely hard
Okay.
to get.
And I think some of our criticism is the upgrades or what we are going to do with the old buildings. And so I really felt like if we could stand up and say, that was happening, we've got that, this is maybe what's in store for Longfellow, hopefully. I just really feel like we really ought to do something. Thank you for that.
My goal is to have this meeting, I told the architects that I'm doing, I want it June 27th, just so you know.
Good job.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll get in the whole, kind of that whole conversation with that,
I know it takes a lot of time.
kind of drill line.
It takes a lot of people where they we'd
It's
like to be.
It's time, it's been talked long enough, it's time to get done.
Yeah, we need to see action.
4.3, resignations, retirements, reassignments.
Just have one, Debbie Whitted, the teacher's aide at Washington, Debbie Whitted, not the PE teacher at Longfellow, Debbie Whitted. But Washington, Debbie Whitted, is retiring, so wish her well and all the good feelings on her next adventure.
Okay, moving on to item 5, items of business, 5.1. Discussion with possible board action, vote to approve an offer of employment to applicants numbers 1 through 4, certified teachers on a 1-year temporary contract for the 26-27 school year.
I've got 4. One is a new hire, Mia Wade, teaching in 4th grade.
Yeah, so I would like to introduce Mia Wade. She comes to us with 6 years of experience in education. She received her bachelor's from Wichita State University. Most recently has served as a special ed teacher in Iowa the last 2 years. She spent a few years as a middle school science teacher at Chaparral, and a few years in Paris. So she brings a lot of experience and insight in education. So she came highly recommended by her references, and so I would like to ask for approval for her from Mia.
Are we gonna do them?
We can
I'll
do them all at once.
do all at once.
That's the boss.
Hang tight.
Okay, no problem.
Welcome, Mia.
Yeah, fine.
Had 3 returning teachers. They were on last month, waiting on certification completion. We have three of our teachers have completed all their certifications to the State Department. Derek Thomas, high school science, Madison Hofen with band, and John Lowe with middle school language arts. So they completed all their things, got the certifications right there. So anyway, those 4,
Okay,
leave with Mia.
All right, I'll make a motion that we approve Mia as a first year, and we need to approve the 3 that are certified that are coming on. Okay, and those are also 3 that's referenced.
I second.
Barton,
Yes.
Payne,
yes,
McDermott.
Yes?
congratulations. Welcome to the family.
You're welcome to leave to go.
5.2, discussion with possible board action, vote to approve an offer of employment to applicant 1, certified speech language pathologist, maybe I can do that, on a 1-year temporary contract for the 26-27 school year.
For the last couple of years, I don't know how long, Patty, we've used online,
Yeah, the last 3 years have been virtual.
so
3, yes.
I'm gonna let Abby.
Yeah, okay. So the last 3 years we've had virtual. It's been nearly impossible to find in person. So I don't know if we struck gold. I don't know what happened, but I'm so excited to introduce you guys to Rhonda Martin. She is an Alva graduate. She got her undergrad and graduate from Oklahoma State University. She's been in the field for 19 years and the last 8 years at Chisholm. So we snatched her. I'm so excited. She lives south of Alva. Anyway, I would love to recommend her for hire. Super excited.
This would probably behave better with the person sitting in front of me, practicing my orders. That's what I did all the
I will.
Me too. And I didn't say my name, so there you go.
We still will have to use virtual for just a little
Sure,
bit of
but
our
not
services,
as
but
much.
I'm hopeful to put Rhonda at our early childhood, so our littler kids will get in-person
Great.
services.
Fabulous, fabulous.
Are you related to the Martin South family?
Well, Rich Martins.
Well, sorry, I was thinking the Martins that live right by Houghton.
Kenton Conley.
Yes.
Kent's my brother.
Oh.
Yeah.
Welcome.
You know a lot of my people.
Yeah, I know a lot of your family.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of,
Welcome.
thank you.
And I second it.
Kane,
Yes,
McDermott,
Yes.
Barton.
Yes.
welcome.
Thank you.
We're so glad. Yeah, and 5.3, discussion with possible board action, vote to approve a donation agreement between the Alva School District and William and Billy Buckles covering a tract of land for a new school site subject to the terms and conditions set forth therein.
This is it's called the formal donation agreement. I've been down this lot issue road. It's a donation of 10 acres out of the approximately 60-acre wheat field across the highway east of DAP and G&G Furniture, pending the passage of the bond issue to construct the elementary school. So I would recommend approving that donation.
Thank you. Thank you, Jake.
Yes.
I so move.
I second.
Barton,
Yes.
Kane,
Yes.
McDermott.
Yes.
5.4, discussion with possible board action, vote to approve a change to the end of school year summer reading academy teachers for fiscal year 26.
Last month we approved the summer reading academy personnel. A couple of little changes. Don Hill changed to a substitute status instead of full time, and then add Chelsea Cornelius to that list. So, a little shuffling around there.
I move for approval of item 5.4.
I second it. Better wake up. I do think we should somehow get a hold of the State Department and send them Don Hill's phonics videos. I really feel like the emphasis on reading and all that's going on in the state, that she would actually be a rich lady if we can figure that all out and give it all back to the school, I'm sure. I don't know how to do that, but those are really good. And I have shared a couple of them. Well, just interesting things that since we're such, well, there's always been a real emphasis on reading, hasn't there? It's just, she doesn't have them, I mean, it's just something she's done out of the goodness of her heart, is that correct? I mean, it really is a Longfellow thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think so, so anyway, I'd like to see us.
I believe from Allison's last report, yes, she saw some gaps in what was needing to be done and how she could implement something that would incorporate all the teachers in it, which is what teachers do. Yep.
Kane.
No one voting,
Yeah,
I
sorry.
was giving you some discussion.
That's
I know
great.
you did.
Okay, now,
That was perfect.
There's all these votes, guys.
Kane,
yes.
McDermott,
Yes.
Barton.
Yes.
Oh, gosh.
5.5, discussion with possible board action, vote to approve the temporary appropriations for fiscal year 27.
These are just the temporary preparations to get us started for FY '27. Before we get our formal estimate of needs in September, they would then be approved in October. Pat Carroll is the one that prepares all that stuff for us. He typically takes a pretty conservative stance when preparing these numbers, but usually around 90% of what we collected or was estimated to collect on last year's estimate needs. So, that being said, this is the temporary appropriations he sent. You guys approve this and we'll send it to the courthouse so that we can kick off the 2017 school year financially.
I think it's my turn. So moved.
I second.
McDermott.
Yes.
Kane.
Yes.
Barton.
Yes.
5.6, discussion with possible action, vote to approve the following contracts for fiscal year 27. They were included at the end. 5.61 is Big Five LEA agreement. 5.62, Charles Carroll Financial Services. 5.63, Clearwater Enterprises Natural Gas Sales. 5.6.4, Employee Evaluation System for Oklahoma. 5.6.5, Going Places Occupational Therapy Services. 5.6.6, Keystone Food Services. 5.6.7, Precision Testing Laboratories Incorporated. 5.6.8, Oklahoma Department of Rehabilitation Services. 5.6.9, OSAG Workers' Comp. 5.6.10, S&B CPAs and Associates. And 5.6.11, Psychologist, Student, and Financial Software. Mr. Bashir's.
These are all renewals, the usual things we contract with every year. Kind of skeleton keeps things going. Big Five is our Head Start in here at the museum. We are the LEA, the Local Education Association, that kind of oversees their ability to provide education services. So this is the LEA agreement for them to operate. Chaz Carroll that's Pat Carroll. Those are financial services for preparing our temporary appropriations and also our estimate needs. He gives some advice throughout the year. So the Clearwater Enterprises Natural Gas Sales. This is a purchasing consortium for natural gas, kind of a neat deal. We're able to use this at the middle school, the high school, and the indoor facility. If your site has a gas usage volume high enough, you qualify for this consortium. You get a little bit of basically buying it at bulk pricing. So it saves us some money that way, being part of that consortium. The OKTLE is our teacher evaluation software subscription. When Oklahoma went to the Tulsa model for all teachers statewide. This is essential software or whatever to do that. Going Places Occupational Therapy. What is this sheet? Jenna Hickman provides occupational therapy services. Keystone Food Service. This is a price renewal for next year. It's adjusted by Consumer Price Index in March, which I think was 3.8%. So
It's 485 now.
so it would go up to 485. It's 467.
68.
Yeah, 468 is going to 485. That's just 3.8%, 468. The State Department hasn't released, well, it's not the State Department, really, it's the USDA, Fed level, will release their numbers. The State Department, they will tell us how much reimbursement would be for student lunches, and it typically follows that same CPI number. So it's just all ratchet stuff. Keystone, precision testing is our asbestos monitoring and testing services. They do one semi-annual inspection, and then we'll fix the things over here that we're responsible for the other one. Oklahoma Department of Rehabilitation Services. This is it's a transition school to work, a work-study agreement. Qualifying students can be placed in jobs that are school to work related, and get paid through the Department of Rehabilitation Services. We pay them, we get reimbursed from the ERS. So super good program that way for our kiddos. OSAG, it's a workers' comp insurance. S&B CPAs, that is that's the firm that does our district audit, annual audit. Just contracting into our audit next year. And then Sylogist is our student information system, and also our accounting software. So all the reports and things you see come out of that program. Anyway, so I would recommend to approve all those agreements.
I move for approval of items 5.6.1 through 5.6.9.
Second.
Barton,
Yes.
Kane,
Yes.
McDermott.
Discussion with possible board action, vote to approve the Alva High School golf budget for the 26-27 school year.
Mr. Beeler presented this to a golf trust committee. He met with me and Ms. Ritchie with the foundation, and we put together a pretty solid committee. I think will transcend over the years. Brought the initial budget to them and had a really good conversation. A couple things were added, a couple things were deleted, things balanced out, whatever. Had a representative from the college and foundation, and somebody from the country clubs on the board. I mean, so it was a good mixing of people from town. Total budget coming out of that meeting is $87,500. If you look down the budget, there's not any one really big item.
It's on items.
So it kind of opens your eyes to what athletics really cost the district. So how fortunate you are to have the Clay Trust to lean on for that. Anyway, that's annual budget. I would recommend to approve. Once approved, we'll send to the Education Foundation. They're kind of the gatekeeper with the Quinn Trust. And then we can get that money in our activity fund to start the year and not be playing that catch up on the backside. So, anyway, I'd recommend you approve that.
Going to approve this one too? Didn't make his last one. It's your turn. Okay.
I do move approval.
I second.
McDermott,
Yes.
Kane,
Yes.
Barton.
Yes.
5.8, discussion with possible board action, vote to approve an out-of-state travel request for the Alva High School football to travel to Amarillo, Texas for a football skills camp June 14th through the 16th, 2026.
Very excited about this one. Coach Wilson's wanting to take 12 players to Amarillo to quarterbacks, running back, and receiver camp. So take a couple Suburbans and play some football.
I'm sorry.
Pay for all football.
Like their own just for football or
I think
all,
that
the
looks-
whole athletic?
They're a booster account. I think. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. Unless, he had put a appeal in for it to come out of the school account, so.
I just didn't know the cost, approximate cost.
Oh, he told me the other day, per kid. I don't want to quote because I don't know for sure.
That's okay. I just,
It's reasonable, I know that. It's not an outrageous.
it'd be really good for them. I'm not against it. I just think when we start, we need to know whether the school's paying for it, us for
It's-
sport, we have for everybody.
He had to put a PO in through his account here, so.
We just approving out-of-state travel.
Yes.
Got it.
Yep.
I move for approval of item 5.8.
I second that.
McDermott,
Yes.
Barton,
Yes.
Kane.
Yes. 5.9, discussion with possible board action, vote to approve the First Baptist Church to use 3 school buses from July 13th, 18th, 2026 to transport youth to and from Falls Creek in Davis, Oklahoma.
I'm going to explain this one and the next one because
Okay.
it's basically the same.
So,
Not to vote twice, but it's the same explanation
okay,
for
all right.
both. Says first, I think we probably need to send, we need to allow the churches to use our buses. My recommendation is that. Talk about the insurance thing after last summer. I did call Eidson Insurance in Fairview, where both churches have their policies through. Talked to some of those guys. So the way the policies work, Brotherhood Mutual will pay, if there's an accident, we have to file the claim, or the vehicle owner files a claim with their insurance, so in our case, BOC. Brotherhood then will pay that deductible up to $1,500. Is the way that those policies work through Brotherhood. So, that's how they work. And I talked to the agent over there, and he's actually the president of the school board. So after our mishap last summer, they took a deep dive, and because he's the agent plus, all things, so, that's the way he explained it to me. So, just so we're all transparent and clear on everything else.
Thank you.
I would still recommend to allow them to use our buses.
I have a clarification.
Okay.
Your contract, this request doesn't say any, just they're gonna pay mileage. I think either, there's a couple things, family deductible is a very small part of what the actual cost could be if they with us, right? And what if, and the only reason is it's gotten so, that's 3 buses that they're taking, and we're just taking 1 a few years ago. What if there's an accident that children are hurt? Who's liable? Is our insurance liable?
Yes.
Are we providing a driver that's an out-of-school driver?
In the past, it's been a church member who is also employed by the district.
Okay, but that's been a few years ago.
That was last year.
Okay. My recommendation would be to do it, but to get something in writing that covers some of those things. For example, if the bus is totaled, I just don't think that needs to be a burden on the out-of-school district, which would be a huge burden. If someone was hurt. Our understanding in the past was, we provided the buses and they provided the insurance. So what that meant was that they put that bus on they added it to their insurance policy as if it was their bus during that time, which they have vehicle policies. So there was no liability to the school at all. It was a good faith move on us to let them use it. And I just think that's the only way we can let these 3 buses here, how many more?
3 plus the
3
1
plus-
going to.
I'm sorry, that really worries me.
Well, they're not going till July. So you could table those 2 and then.
Both of them were going to July, correct?
They ended up paying for the damage,
Yes.
which was awesome, because it didn't cost the school a penny, but it was going to.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know you, I don't think.
I'm the youth minister at First Baptist Church,
Okay.
Alva. So to my knowledge, I talked to the insurance guy, and he said the way the insurance has always worked is we've never been able to write out a policy. We've only been able to do a liability certificate of insurance. So we would cover, is how he explained it to me.
So the property damage really of the whole thing is really the minor part of it all, honestly. Someone having a wreck in which people were injured, since that is an Alva public school driver,
Yeah.
is the biggest part of the whole liability. And then, I just think if we can put together some kind of a contract that says you guys do accept all liability, plus the deductible, I think you should pay for any damages on the buses at all. I just think for you to use them, you can forget the mileage, you can forget all of that. To me, we can, but I just think they'll have to do something like that with taking $300,000 buses.
And just so to be clear, we're requesting for 1 main bus, one of the big travel buses, and then 2 of the half buses, the small
Bus is
small
bus is
buses.
bus.
Yeah,
So only 1 charter
Yellow
bus.
bus.
yeah, and then 2 just
You don't have one.
yeah.
That's just my opinion, so if if we vote to go ahead and do it, that's fine, but that's my opinion. And I just,
Well, nothing's more horrific than turn on the news and
this is.
see a bus.
Well,
And
so
all-
they
a
don't
bunch of
go
injured
to,
kids.
You're saying that they won't pay anything, but,
well,
and
what,
now he's
what,
saying they'll pay the
what
liability.
Mr. Hurst told me was that they'll pay the liability. Or they'll pay
They'll pay the
back up.
deductible.
They'll pay the deductible, is what Austin told me.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Deductible's different than the liability.
OSIG's responsible for the claim.
It's the smallest amount.
Right.
OSIG's responsible for the claim, Brother Hill will pay the deductible. is what Austin told me. We could table it, if y'all would be more comfortable, and Tyler and I get together and maybe get on a conference call with Austin or Phil, either one, Hudson.
And does that need to be in a contract so that
Get
it's
some
very
of this nailed
clear
down.
as to who's responsible?
I just don't think you can afford
Oh, I
to
don't,
put your school in that kind of liability. You
I
just
think-
can't.
I don't disagree. I don't.
I like the option that we're able to help our community with buses, but this is very unfortunately becoming a big deal on interstates when you turn on the news and see lots of people injured. And that's the first thing, when kids are involved on a band trip or softball, I think, this makes my heart sink, so I don't, would that be your pleasure to table until they work out more
Do we need a
details?
motion to table? How about, I'll go ahead and make the motion. How about we motion?
I don't mind.
I move to table items 5.9 and 5.10.
And I second that.
Kane,
Yes.
McDermott,
Yes,
Barton.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna call on the next one also. And then take a vote on that one too. And Paul, I'm gonna put you as a motion again,
Yes, for sure.
for the second.
The 5.10, we're doing the same thing, okay.
Perfect.
So another vote will be taken.
Barton,
Yes.
Kane,
Yes.
yes.
Tyler, I'll call you tomorrow. Let's get together and get some of these questions nailed down.
Is there any kind of paper there on the actual Church of Christ? I only see the one.
Jane, go to your next.
Go to the next agenda. It's the
It's
same,
fine.
That's got, I just couldn't.
You need to go to
see
the
it.
next
Okay, I see
agenda.
that.
it's the same
All right, thank you.
certificate line.
Thank you. I see that. I've got some contracts like that, and I also, there are short-term insurance that you can get at other places besides Brotherhood Mutual. That will do some of that for you, for like if you're renting something for a short period of time.
See, the problem that was explained to me was that since we're not technically renting it, we can't do short-term policies.
Well, you need to technically rent it. It could be a small amount.
It could be $1.
You are renting it by paying mileage.
Okay,
Well,
As
you've
long as
never
there's something
paid
of value
mileage
that
before.
transacts.
okay.
You've never paid any mileage before. And so that constitutes money changing hands, okay?
I'm just repeating what the insurance.
Sure,
No,
you're doing a great job.
You are.
I just,
Don't-
and I don't want to sound, I would,
We want to be fair and equitable to everybody involved.
Yeah, and I'm for confusion on my part, why is the certificate of liability not sufficient? Because is that not the same as like
Okay.
saying we
you
would
want me to
That's the-
explain?
That's the policy you currently have.
Mhm.
That policy doesn't cover anything except paying the deductible to OSIG if there is a claim.
Okay,
So OSIG and transversely the school would be responsible for all the rest of that cost. Brotherhood's only going to pay the deductible, is what Austin told us.
yeah,
But that's not what a certificate of liability,
Well,
if it truly is a certificate of liability, that means it is all the liability that might happen if somebody were bodily injury, somebody hurt. Then there's the property damage of a policy that would pay for the bus itself if it was damaged. There's the bus that's damaged, and then there's the chance of maybe people getting hurt. Liability is what pays when someone gets hurt in an accident. So that certificate of liability kind of perked up my ears when you said that,
yeah,
because that's major.
yeah. Does it clarify on that certificate?
I don't see it, do you?
No.
Okay. We've already voted
also said that they would just pay the deductible.
Moving on, I have item 6 is new business.
Wait, sorry.
Item 7 is proposed executive session to discuss AEA negotiations for the 26-27 school year for 25 Oklahoma statute section 307B1. Vote to convene an executive session.
So moved.
Kane.
Yes.
McDermott. Yes. Barton.
Yes.